So we're going to go ahead and just show you how to shape those soft pretzels. You're going to start with either a whole grain dough or an enriched flour dough. You'll use an all-purpose flour and a whole wheat flour if you want to go the whole grain version. Now today I've just gone ahead with just an enriched version. The dough we make, and there are many great soft pretzel doughs amongst our members, is 1 pound 8 ounces worth of dough, which I weighed and then divided into 12 pieces. So I will end up with 12 2-ounce pieces of dough. I then want that dough to be in strips, so I want that to be rested so I can then go ahead and elongate it or stretch that rope of dough until it's about at least 18 inches long. And if you want really nice big pretzels like the ones I ended up with, you have to stretch the dough as long as a yard long. So imagine your shoulders. If you're a big guy, then it's broader than your shoulders. And if you have narrow shoulders, you're going to be working clear outside of your shoulder. So this one on my right, the dough piece and rope, was 24 inches long. Now I like them to rest just a second before I go ahead and shape the pretzel. There's a reason. Once you start stretching the dough, it gets a little tense and then it springs back. So work with about 3 pieces at a time at least and stretch them out. You can do the method where you tap it on the counter and pull, or you can use the palm of your hand. The one thing you're doing, you're using a very light touch to make this rope of dough though, so that it doesn't tear the dough. Now I'm going to come back to this first one and let that third one rest. If your dough is hard to stretch and it just keeps springing, then let it rest. You make a big smiley face. Imagine the eyes right there. That's where you twist. Cross it over, turn it one more time, and then just lay it back over the smile at the bottom. We'll do one more of those. Now you can go ahead and lay these on a baking sheet. Let them rest for a minute till you get the baking sheet filled. Then we'll show you how to egg wash them. One more. Nice long piece of dough. Imagine where the eyes are. Lay it over there. Twist. Flip down. Now you're going to notice that I don't leave these little pieces, the end pieces, up on top. I'll show you the difference. Up on top, underneath. I'm going to flip this one back over because as it bakes, those little end pieces will pop off, and you don't want that. You want to space them apart because they will double in size as they bake. Let me show you how to egg wash and do those great treatments on top of the soft pretzels. The egg wash is simply 1 whole egg beaten thoroughly with 1 tablespoon of cold water. You lightly brush that over the surface. It's okay if you get a little bit on the pan, but you don't want it puddling around the bottom of the pretzel because that will fry on the baking sheet. So here we go. We're going to quickly do 2 because I want you to realize there's a great way to do this where you can cut sodium because soft pretzels are notorious. Some of us can drink a lot of water and get away with that much sodium, and some people can't have it. So those who can't, you can always leave them just plain, which is what this looks like. Or you can top it with a seed, like sesame seeds or sunflower seeds. Sunflower seeds, you might want to chop them up a little bit so they're nice and fine. And then they'll hang on to that surface that's been brushed with the egg wash. You can even do 2 seeds, which kind of looks cool. A little bit of poppy seed on there too. Black and white effect. Call it a tuxedo pretzel, just if we want to sell it for $3 a piece. That's what we call it. Here's the salt. You need a coarse salt, and this will stay on the surface as you bake it and stay white. And that's how you treat the surface treatment. To get the famous chew that we like in a soft pretzel, you can drop them in a boiling water bath, which is 6 cups of water and a 1/4 cup of soda. We're going to dissolve the soda in there. That's a lot of soda, but that's what makes the chew develop. You then take the previously shaped pretzel that's rested about 10 minutes, want them a little bit rested, and then you'll drop them in the boiling water bath. Yep, be brave. Just drop them in there. about 10 seconds on a side. Did we count 10? And then we're going to flip them over. Be bold. This is probably not a job for your young children. Go ahead and you can work with a whole grain dough as well. A little deeper water is good. My skillet's a little large for this. But you can see them puffing up. 10 seconds to 15 seconds on a side. I'm going to go ahead and splash a little water over them. From there, you gently lift them out to drain a second on the cooling rack. Now they need to just let the steam get the moisture off the surface, and then you will go ahead and egg wash and top them, put them on the baking sheet, and bake them in a hot oven until they're golden brown. There you have the classic soft pretzel. Throw it in your backpack and get moving.